The Young and the Restless Spoilers, oh my God, besties, welcome back to the channel. Today is Thursday, an absolutely beautiful day outside. The sun is literally shining, the birds are chirping, but honestly, none of that matters, because my internal world is currently in absolute shambles. Grab your iced coffees, buckle up, and prepare yourselves, because we have so much to unpack today, and I am not okay. Stop what you are doing. You guys, I am deceased. I am literally filming this while I'm running errands, sitting in the parking lot of Target, gripping my steering wheel like it owes me money, because I just had to jump on here and vent. Wait, we need to talk about this now. I am physically vibrating from the sheer audacity of what just went down on our screens. I am genuinely, straight up hyperventilating right now. If you haven't seen the latest episode yet, pause this, go watch it, and come back, because I cannot even begin to process the absolute world-ending tea that just spilled all over Genoa City. We are not just watching this show anymore, besties. We are invested. My soul is tied to these people, and I am personally offended, emotionally devastated, and totally living for what Diane Jenkins Abbott just did. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. Let me set the scene, because my brain is buffering from the sheer trauma of it all. So we all know Diane has been missing, right? She was kidnapped by that absolute creep, Dr. Lawrence Markham, held hostage in that terrifying barred room, being gaslit into thinking she had a mental breakdown. And don't even get me started on Patty Williams, which is honestly so unhinged, running around blackmailing Jack for sex while Diane is literally locked away. The stakes were astronomical. It was giving major psychological thriller, high-octane cinematic mayhem. But then the absolute medical miracle happens. Diane is rescued and brought to the hospital. She was given this highly specific, super specialized antidote to counteract whatever toxic garbage Markham pumped into her system. The doctors at Genoa City Memorial were actually doing their jobs for once, which is a plot twist in itself. So Diane wakes up. She wakes up before Jack even realizes what is fully happening. And let me tell you, the lighting in this hospital room, cinematic gold. The way the blue light was hitting her face, making her look like a tragic, exhausted angel who has just returned from the trenches of hell. It was a whole aesthetic. I was mid-skincare when I was watching this earlier, and I literally smeared charcoal mask all over the rug because I gasped so hard. The monitor is beeping, the room is quiet, and Diane's eyes flutter open. Jack is right there, hovering like a desperate, guilt-ridden puppy who knows he has messed up in a million different ways. The tension in that room was so thick you could cut it with a Jabba-branded butter knife. The moment she opens her eyes, it is pure, unadulterated passion. Jack lunges forward, and they embrace. Besties, it wasn't just a hug. It was a desperate, clinging to life kind of embrace. They pull each other in, and they share this incredibly deep, fiery, passionate kiss. It was giving epic romance. It was giving soulmates surviving the apocalypse. I am literally shaking just thinking about it. For a split second, I was like, oh my God, they made it. The Abbott family is going to heal. Love conquers all. I was genuinely wiping tears off my face, thinking we were finally going to get a moment of peace for Jack and Diane after weeks of absolute torture. Did I say that yet? My brain is mush. Moving on. But wait! Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but you have to remember the context of Jack and Diane's relationship. This woman came back from the dead, fought off Phyllis, fought off Nicky, clawed her way back into Jack's heart, and rebuilt her entire life. So when they kissed, it felt like the ultimate victory. But then the vibe shifted. It was like the temperature in the room dropped 50 degrees. Diane pulls back from the kiss, and you can see it in her eyes. The fire is gone, replaced by this cold, hollow, devastating clarity. She looks at Jack, this man she has fought literal wars for, and she drops the most insane, soul-crushing bomb in the history of daytime television. She says, "This is the end. We have to divorce. Send help. My soul has actually left my body." I literally had to yeet my phone across the room when she said that. I screamed into a pillow so loud my neighbor probably thought I was being attacked. "Bestie, be for real right now. A divorce? After everything? After the kidnapping, the antidote, the passionate kiss, she just casually detonates a nuclear bomb right in the middle of this hospital room. I am so unwell. I'm clutching my chest because I cannot handle the gravity of these events." Diane goes on to explain, and honestly, as much as I hate to admit it, she was spitting straight facts. She looks at Jack, her voice trembling but so incredibly firm, and tells him that she cannot do this anymore. She cannot survive in Genoa City. The constant chaos, the backstabbing, the trauma, the fact that Patty Williams was literally blackmailing Jack for his body while Diane was rotting in a padded cell, it is all too much. Diane realizes that her life in Genoa City is nothing but a series of relentless, exhausting battles. She tells him that the darkness of this town, the constant target on her back, it's destroying her. She wants peace. She wants to leave Genoa City forever. And Jack, oh my God, you guys, Peter Bergman deserves every single Emmy in existence for this scene. Jack absolutely crumbles. He shatters into a million pieces right in front of our eyes. He starts sobbing, not just a single stoic tear. No, he is Gao Chok, wailing, completely breaking down. He falls to his knees, metaphorically and almost physically, begging her. He is pleading with her, crying his eyes out, asking for forgiveness. He is apologizing for Patty, for the danger, for not protecting her, for every single thing that has gone wrong since she came back to town. It was the most pathetic, heartbreaking, deeply human display of grief I have ever seen. I was straight up weeping in my car. But Diane, she is officially on my do not perceive list because she was so cold, yet so compassionate. It was terrifying. She looks at this broken, sobbing billionaire, and she tells him that she forgives him. She genuinely forgives him for all of it. But, and this is the kicker, the knife twist to the gut forgiveness does not mean reconciliation. She tells him that her forgiveness doesn't change the reality that they are toxic for each other, that their environment is toxic. She refuses to live the rest of her life constantly looking over her shoulder, waiting for the next Patty Williams or the next Victor Newman to strike. She chooses herself. She chooses her own peace over her love for Jack. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. The way she delivered that line, chills, literal chills all over my arms. She is basically saying, I love you, I forgive you, but I am done with you. It's giving major, I cannot even energy. I mean, think about the history here. Diane faked her death, stayed away for decades, missed Kyle growing up, all to protect herself. She came back to reclaim her family, and now, after finally getting the ring, the mansion, and the man, she realizes the prize was actually a poison apple. It is a psychological masterpiece. The writing is astronomical right now. And then the final blow. Diane slowly pulls away from Jack. She doesn't yell. She doesn't scream. She just softly says goodbye. She turns her back on him, leaving him standing there in the hospital room, completely alone, echoing with the sound of his own sobs. She walks out. She is leaving Genoa City. She is leaving Jack Abbott. The marriage is over. I'm calling it. The villain arc is about to go nuclear. Jack is going to lose his absolute mind. Without Diane to anchor him, and with the guilt of the Patty situation hanging over his head, Jack is going to spiral into a dark, dark place, manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because there is no way Jack Abbott just accepts this and moves on. He is going to tear the city apart, looking for someone to blame, and honestly, Victor better watch his back. Patty better go into witness protection, because Jack is going to be unhinged. But back to Diane, I am just so conflicted. Part of me is screaming, girl, you fought so hard for this. Don't give up now. But the other part of me, the part that is entirely too invested in the mental health of fictional characters, is like, yes, Queen, set those boundaries. Flee this toxic wasteland. I mean, can you imagine waking up from a kidnapping and realizing your husband was negotiating with your kidnapper's accomplice? I would be booking a one-way ticket to literally anywhere else. And the aesthetic of her leaving, the hospital gown, the messy hair, the sheer determination in her walk, it was cinematic perfection. I am genuinely so obsessed with how they shot that final scene. The camera slowly panning away from Jack's devastated face, focusing on Diane's back as she walks down the sterile hospital corridor, the fluorescent lights buzzing. Wait, did you guys hear that weird background noise during the scene? It sounded like a rogue cart squeaking in the hallway, which totally distracted me for a millisecond, but honestly, it kind of added to the raw, unfiltered realism of the moment. It felt like a documentary of a marriage dying in real time. Anyway, I am physically exhausted. This situation is now my entire personality, and I am not okay. I don't know how I am supposed to go into Target right now and buy paper towels when Jack Abbott's heart has just been ripped out of his chest and stomped on by the love of his life. I am going to be staring blankly at the laundry detergent, replaying that kiss and that devastating "we have to divorce" line over and over in my head. If you need me, I will be in the comments section, spiraling out of control with the rest of you. Let me know if you are Team Diane for choosing her peace, or Team Jack because he was just a victim of circumstance. Honestly, they are all messy. We are all messy. And this show is ruining my life in the best way possible. I need a nap, a glass of wine, and maybe a therapy session after this. Stay chaotic, besties, and I will see you in the next update when my brain has finally stopped buffering.